What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 7. It's the day of the show, y'all, so buckle up. Let me set the scene for you. It's late in the afternoon on March 5th, 2019. The committee's been hunkered down in the hall for 2 days, and we've got it narrowed down to 3 candidates, none of whom we're excited about. Also present are the personnel managers and union steward Laura Ross. Giancarlo enters the room. We listen to the 3 finalists, and we send 2 of them home. We invite the last candidate back out and ask for them to play with a fuller sound, which they don't really, so now we're even less excited than we were before. According to the contract, we've got 3 things we can do here. We can hire the player, we can do trial weeks, or we can not hire the player. Everyone agrees that this candidate is weak, but we don't want to go home empty-handed, so we start talking about trial weeks. Giancarlo says, I'm conducting back-to-back weeks next month. Why don't we do those? And I think it was Leslie Norton who said, well, I hope the player's available to join us on such short notice. And at that moment, Laura walks around from the other side of the screen and says, we won't have to worry about that because it's Titus! I said, Laura, what are you doing? We're still deliberating. We're not supposed to know it's him. And Giancarlo was like, I've got some major concerns about Titus. And everyone agrees. As the conversation unfolds, we start to change course from trial weeks to a no hire. So I say, we were well on the way to giving him trial weeks, so that's what we need to do. But Julia said, look, he's got another audition 5 weeks from now, and if everybody's mind is already made up, it would be cruel to string him along instead of letting him move on. It's immediately clear that this is the argument that's going to win, so Giancarlo says, all right, we're not hiring him, and this secret never leaves this room. Think of it like a blessing in disguise. I thought I was going to vomit when he said that. When I got home, I texted Julia and said, I would like to know how Titus would have played if we had given him some trial weeks. He might have played much better knowing the audition was behind him. We will never get that chance. This makes me sick. We failed him. We completely failed. I could barely sleep that night, and I woke up the next morning in the 4 o'clock hour and wrote an 8-paragraph email to the audition committee suggesting we meet with Giancarlo and ask him to give Titus the trial weeks. At the end, I wrote, please consider how poorly it would reflect on all of us if this secret were to get out. Not only would it reflect poorly on us as a committee, it would reflect poorly on the entire Nashville Symphony, which would negatively affect future auditions, create possible legal ramifications or grievances, and add to the guilt I assume some of us are experiencing now. I am not comfortable with any of these risks, and they can all be avoided if we as a committee take responsibility for what happened. We have limited time to get out in front of this, and we should do it while we still can. The committee agreed, and later that day we met with Giancarlo in his office and persuaded him to give Titus the trial weeks. The next day, Giancarlo met with Titus to offer him the weeks, and Titus said he wanted to go for it, and at the end of the week, when the orchestra performed Gustav Mahler's Das Lied von der Erde, Titus gave his best performances since the Shostakovich in November. It was an amazing end to a roller coaster of a week, and to top it off, Catherine Kohler was voted onto tenure track in a landslide. So that's it for the audition. If you thought that was crazy, just wait until the next episode when we talk about the trial weeks. I'll see you there. Tradition! 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 Tradition!